I want to make a distinction between judgment um, and discernment. Judgment and discernment. So, uh, discernment is good when we all need to have some discernment. Judgment is when you place a value on something. Judgment is discernment plus a value call. So all judgment um, is good, bad, right, wrong, more or less. That's really what it all boils down to. You see something, you're discerning something, and you place a value on it. You make it good or bad, right or wrong, more or less, relative to you. All judgments, when you're judging, you are, I am, we are, um, we are more about, we think we're evaluating the person in front of us. But the truth is, we are evaluating ourselves. The Course of Miracles says all judgment is self-judgment projected outward. Now, it doesn't say some judgment. It says all judgment. So we think when we're judging, we're seeing people for who they are, but the truth is we're seeing them for who we are when we're judging. Discernment just says, this is happening, period. This person laughed, or this person raised their voice, or, the mom is crossing the street with her child and the child lets go of the mom's hand and tries to run across the street, and she grabs him and wants to teach him not to do that again. It's dangerous, so she maybe pats him on the butt a few times. That's all. You see it happening. That's discernment. Judgment is that mom's a bad mom. She's a horrible person, whatever, right? Or some people would say that mom's a good mom doing the right thing, right? That'll probably kick up a lot of debate. So judgment places a value. Discernment is just what's happening. And based on the facts on the ground, when you're being discerning, you can more easily decide the next right thing to do. When judgment's involved, you're going to get defensive and likely attack in some way. All judgment brings forward attack. And who you're really attacking ultimately is self, but you're judging the self you projected over there on that one. And so, the goal is to be discerning and not judgmental. So we see people for who they are, not for who we are, right? Very challenging, can be hard to distinguish, but this is how you know you're judging. If you have any sort of emotional reaction, any emotional reaction to what you're seeing in that person, in that situation, in that experience, that emotional reaction is the result of your thoughts, judgments, and interpretations. It's the result of your judging. You're interpreting, right? You're projecting over there and seeing it come back at you, and then you have an emotion about it. So if you're just discerning, there will be no emotional charge, or very little. In general, there will be no emotional charge. Sometimes when you're discerning, you're standing at a street light and the light turns green for you. It's red for the oncoming traffic, and you're going to walk across the traffic. And then you see this, as you start to step out in the street, you see this Mack truck coming at 60 miles an hour. Obviously, they don't see the light or they can't stop for whatever reason. You might feel some fear. That's appropriate fear. Because sometimes fear is appropriate. It's telling you to stop something that's about to happen, or that's happening that's not good, or it's telling you to make something happen that you need, right? That would be good. And so you might feel this energetic force rise up in your body, and that might cause you to step back or jump back even, right? That's appropriate. But you won't be stuck with that feeling or that emotion. It's really fast. A healthy emotion runs through your body in about 8 seconds, and then it's done, right? You move on. You don't carry it with you thinking about it. Now, if you make that truck driver, you judge that truck driver as bad and wrong in some way. He's a jerk. He's this, he's that. You're going to be stuck with that. You're going to be thinking about it throughout the day. Every time it pops up in your mind, you're going to feel these emotions, probably anger and, all that stuff. That's the result of judgment. So most important thing to get tonight is when we're judging, what we think we see over there is really over here. You don't have to believe me, but I challenge you to take this on and look closely. When you're upset with somebody, ask yourself, how am I judging them? What is the judgment I have on them? Not about their behavior. You might say, well, they did this, so I'm upset. But no, the upset is about how you judge what they did. Then you get to ask yourself, how do I do that? Or do I ever do that? Or am I like that, right? It's not the behavior, it's how you judge it. The tractor trailer driver was a jerk. He was an a-hole, right? Well, when are you a jerk? You ever have that judgment on yourself? Or that person's stupid, they're not smart enough. When do you have those judgments on you? If you can bring it back home, you can heal it. You can't heal it when it's being projected over there. You're stuck with it. And it will keep showing up. This is why you have repetition, right? You have ongoing, consistent complaints in your relationships. The same kind of person always showing up. You got married, you got divorced, you thought you found a better person. Suddenly, they're just like the other person. That's all about projection. And when you're projecting, you're judging, projecting, you're sending a vibrational thought or idea to the universe. It is going to come back at you. You literally are causing it to show up in your life because there's a resonance, right? You resonate to that, and the universe wants to bring to you what you're requesting through your judgment, right? So just try it out. Check it out. We've all been I hate to say the word victim, but we've all been at the mercy of other people's judgments, and we've also all judged. It's better to work on your judgments than try to work on somebody else's judgments about you. You can't change another person's judgments. They have to want that. You can try to prove to them till you're blue in the face that you were trying to be kind and loving, and they just can't see it, right? They've made it something else. There's nothing you can do to change that person's judgment. They have to want and have to know that they're upset with you is about a self-judgment being projected out, and very few people know that. And so I'm giving you gold. If you know this, then you know what to do with it. And this is the beautiful thing. Not only do the other people around you stop having to pay energetically, emotionally for your judgments on them, right? But you start to be able to cause in your life the thing you actually want. That's actually a vibration to your good nature, right? So when negative things are showing up, it's because they're a vibrational match. They're resonating to your bad nature or to your self-judgments. And this is how we turn things around. Again, very few people know this. And even the people that get this information, it's going to be hard for them to believe it. It's the first time they're hearing it. I highly recommend reading A Course in Miracles. That's where I get this information. I'm a Course in Miracles student and teacher for many years now. Since, for at least 30 years, maybe 35 years, 36 years. Since I was about 5, I've been practicing A Course in Miracles. So don't judge me because you think I'm lying. Anyway, I recommend checking that out. Feel free to come to my Course in Miracles group, the Miracle Makers community, every Friday morning. I'm going to plug it. It wasn't my intention, but here it is. And if you want to know more about that, we'll drop the link in the bottom here as soon as I'm done with this. And then feel free to jump in, check out the group. It's a 90-minute session every Friday morning from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Great people in that group. You want some very high integrity, responsible, non-judgmental people. You want to check out this group. If you want training in non-judgment and how to just be centered and clear and be unaffected by anything happening around you because you're not projecting and then trying to attack your projection, that's how you be unaffected. You just notice what's happening, no judgment, and make appropriate decisions as a result. That's it. And in fact, when you're making judgments, it's highly unlikely that you make appropriate decisions next. When you're judging, your decision-making process gets corrupted. So, all right. Love you all. Peace. How do you like my fire? I lit that for you. I can't believe it's going so well. It has been smoking all day. I haven't been able to get the fire going, but it's perfect. So anyway, it's a beautiful, warm winter's day in here with the fire. All right. Love you all. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them at the bottom, or you can ask them right now while I'm closing this thing down. Yeah. All right. Howdy, Girl Scouty.